Hi, everybody. Sam Nazari here, Head of Solutions Engineering at Sentient. I'd like to welcome everyone for joining today. I'm really excited to talk to you all about full funnel optimization. So let's get started. The agenda for today is we'll do a brief introduction of Sentient. We'll talk about what full funnel optimization is and why you should care. We will go through several examples, discuss some of the challenges today with full funnel optimization, how it can be done using Ascend and artificial intelligence, and then more than happy to answer any questions. So just to provide a brief overview of Sentient Ascend, we have this tagline, it's not AB, it's AI. And because Ascend uses artificial intelligence, and what this enables you to do is test all of your ideas simultaneously. You come up with your ideas, you put them into the system, and then Ascend finds the best performing combinations of those ideas. And we use a branch of artificial intelligence known as evolutionary algorithms to continuously traverse through that search space of ideas that you create to find the best performing combination of those designs. And what you'll find in testing and almost every test that we've analyzed is that you'll find unexpected combinations of the designs of your ideas that yield the best results. A lot of our clients find that Ascend finds combinations of the ideas that they wouldn't normally think to test. And we'll get to some use cases about that or case studies. Using artificial intelligence allows you to get results faster than A/B or traditional multivariate testing. And of course, allows you to test your entire conversion funnel in a single experiment. So what is full funnel optimization? It's the notion of looking at a user flow on your site and identifying how you can improve that entire experience throughout the funnel to increase your conversion goal. So you define the goal that you want to optimize towards, and working backwards from that goal, you can identify areas where you can improve the user journey. In this example, a travel site with the goal of increasing bookings, you can start with that goal, working backwards to the hotel, for example, back to the search results page, and then through the home page. So you can define this entire funnel in a single experiment in Ascend, and then identify elements that you want to test in every single page in this funnel, and allow the system to find the best performing combination across the entire funnel. And the goal is that you want your funnel to look more like the one on the left, where you get more users through your funnel, and unlike the one on the right. And the way that you can do that is by not just testing individual pages, but optimizing every step in the funnel. And really, in this particular example, in the use case where you're optimizing an e-commerce site, for example, testing the homepage, category page, PDP, cart through checkout, instead of testing elements on the PDP, let's start where you get the most traffic on the homepage. And then when the user navigates to the category page, what changes could you make on that page to get them through the next step in the funnel? Why is it important? In several studies that have been done, only 1 in 7 A/B tests results in the variation outperforming the original content. So this is very time consuming, requires a lot of traffic, which is very expensive, and it also requires people to design, implement, and monitor the results of those experiments that you run. Also, in A/B testing, you're not able to get insights and understanding of how variations on separate pages in the funnel really affects pages further down in the funnel. So for example, if you're changing elements and testing elements on the home page, for example, how does that impact users getting through the funnel from the PDP to the cart? And then again, finding non-obvious combinations that you'll find work well throughout the entire funnel versus a single page in the funnel. One example, in one of our clients, Cosabella, ran an Ascend experiment, a full funnel experiment, and they were testing elements such as the site header copy, the original content being free shipping, standard best practice, the navigation bar, the page layout, moving on to the category page, the number of items per row and how large those images are, product detail page, testing the card copy for the modal, testing the calls to action, and then also through checkout, testing the elements of the Facebook sign-in, the button, already having an account, etc. And they ran an Ascend experiment where they tested 15 unique variations across the entire funnel. The total number of possible designs was about 160. I believe they had, 15 unique combinations that they tested with the goal of increasing checkouts. And what they found is very interesting, that a consistent header of family owned since 1983 worked really well throughout the entire funnel. But also that testing the calls to action throughout the entire funnel didn't necessarily end up being consistent. So black calls to action working on some pages, like the product details page, whereas in the checkout page, peak buttons seem to work well. So it's really finding those non-obvious combinations, whereas with traditional testing, you might want to test a consistent experience throughout the entire funnel. And in that 4-week time that they ran this experiment, they found a 38% lift of the best performing, what we call candidate, which is the unique variation across the entire funnel, against the original content. So let's talk about some of the challenges in doing this using traditional methodologies like A/B testing. Again, 1 in 7 A/B test results result in the variation outperforming the original content. It makes this a very lengthy process, which requires, again, people to design, implement, analyze those results, substantial amount of traffic, and time. And A/B testing can give you insights on each page in the funnel, but it doesn't give you insights on how one page design affects the next page or a page that's further down in the funnel, which could increase your overall conversion rate if you're looking at the entire funnel. And a lot of the major players in the A/B testing space have mentioned that testing more will lead to better results. I believe it was testing 5 or more variations can increase your overall conversion rate or chance of finding a winner by 75%. And the way that they suggest being able to test more is by adding resources, hiring more employees, contracting externals, buying traffic, which is very expensive, and also devoting more time. And for most organizations to be able to do this, it's unscalable. And it's a very manual process, where with artificial intelligence, you're able to automate a lot of this process by testing the ideas at once and letting it find the best performing combination of those ideas. So I'd love to show you how this is done in the platform. A lot of times when we discuss full funnel optimization, it sounds like a big project to undertake, but it's fairly straightforward in terms of the setup process. So I'd like to show you what that looks like in the Ascend product. So this is the Ascend dashboard. This is the experiments dashboard where you can go to create new experiments, define the experiments, add a specific audience filter, and then the path to the first page in your funnel. I've already added an experiment here under the clothing site, magicalclothing.com. So if I go into this experiment here, I'll go into the funnel view, as we call it. And I've defined the home page, category page, product detail page, and the cart page with the conversion goal of reaching the thank you page after a user checks out. So anytime users entered into the experiment and they checked out, that conversion event is logged to the variation that they saw. And effectively adding a new funnel page is fairly straightforward. You would provide the path to that page that you want to edit in our wireframe editor. So where you're going to go set up your elements, your actions and values, you would place that here and then target path to match on those pages. So for example, my product details page, funnel page in the experiment, anything that begins with /products is going to be, we're targeting all of those product details pages while I'm only setting it up for one page because I'm testing common elements. And then as you've added these pages in the funnel, you can dive into any specific funnel page to design and configure your test. So for example, here, I've added several variations and several elements. So I've added the call to action, the add to cart, the product name, the price, and then the main contents of the page where I'm testing the layout. And adding values and variables is very easy. So you just define the elements here, and then in the system, you go in and define the page or the actions that you want to apply to this specific element. So if you want to modify the text color, size, content, background color, image, test hiding or removing elements. So easy changes up to more complex changes, changing class names, editing HTML, moving elements around on the page, applying your own style sheet, or adding your own custom JavaScript or jQuery. And then you go in and you add unique values to each of these. And then this is effectively exponentially increasing your search space of ideas for this particular page. And when you launch the experiment, the system will then find the ones that work well on their own and then start testing your ideas in combination across the entire funnel to see what works the best. And quickly eliminates poor performers and exploits top performers and continues to evolve and traverse that search space of ideas by testing more and more combinations. And effectively, that's it in terms of the setup of the full funnel experiments. Adding your ideas, the integration requires a one-line JavaScript snippet that goes in the head of the pages that you want to test. And once that's placed, then you're ready to launch your experiments. So I'm happy to answer any questions, if there are any, regarding best practices around full funnel optimization, how to set it up, or if you'd like more information, we're more than happy to follow up with you to schedule a custom demonstration. There's one question that says, how long do experiments need to run, and how much traffic do you need for a test like this? That's a great question. It all depends on the traffic, but also more importantly, the conversion rate. So for example, if you wanted to run a 30-day test, you can effectively, we'll look at the number of conversion events during that time, and we'll make a recommendation on how many elements and variations to test during that time to find a winner, to test multiple generations of candidates. So for example, if you had a site that has 2,500 conversion events in a 30-day window, you could test 5 elements 5 variations per element for a total search space of a little over 3,000 possible page designs, and reach 4 or 5 generations during that time, where we start to see winners emerge. Next question is, I'd like to know how to test one element across many product pages. Is this possible, or does each individual product page need to be defined as a test? So you can definitely test one element across product pages. The way you do that in the system is by when you're just configuring the funnel page. Here in the editor path, I have this particular product path that I've provided. And if I'm testing, for example, the call to action, and I want that to apply across my entire product line, in the page target path here, I can set the path to, for example, begins with or regular expression to target those pages. And then you're telling the system exactly where you want to run the experiment. So that would apply across all of your products with the path that begins with /products. Great question. The next question says, how much of an impact does the conversion rate on one page have on other pages down in the funnel in your experience? A lot of time what we've found is that the conversion rate of getting the user from one page to another doesn't necessarily increase the overall conversion rate. You may be getting the user to the next step in the funnel more effectively, but not necessarily increasing the overall macro conversion rate. So for example, if you're setting up a test starting with the home page throughout checkout in the e-commerce example, you might find that getting the user from the home page to the category page increases, but the overall conversion rate of the entire funnel, or the macro conversion event, doesn't increase. So what we found is changes on almost all pages throughout the funnel typically increases the conversion rate. If my checkout page is not hosted by me, can I still test in my funnel? Yeah, we have a few different integrations that we've done in the past that we can align to that use case. I mean, we would just look at who's hosting the checkout page, but we have done that in the past. Any other questions regarding full funnel optimization or Ascend? Great. So just wanted to kind of recap what we discussed today. Thank you all for joining. We went over what is Sentient Ascend and how artificial intelligence can be leveraged using Ascend to test all of your ideas using evolutionary algorithms and test across your entire funnel. We discussed what full funnel optimization is, how you can do that in Ascend, and really what are the challenges and how do we address those challenges using Ascend. If there are any additional questions, people can go to our website, sentient.ai/ascend, for more information. We also have documentation on the Big Book of Ideas and full funnel optimization if anyone else has additional questions. Looks like another question just popped up. When we say AI, what are we referring to? We're referring to artificial intelligence, and with Ascend, we're using a branch of AI known as evolutionary algorithms, which is really a search, a way to traverse a search space efficiently using AI.